Hold on.
What was the alcohol question? What was that about? I
No,
only caught the
it's
tail of it.
Okay.
the question was supposed to be whether or not Warforges can get drunk, or at least in the same manner that.
So technically, like I would think not, but I'm okay with saying yes because that you're not like you're not a raw Warforged. In whatever ways it makes sense to be special. And
Yeah.
so I would say I'm fine if I'm going to leave it up to you.
I'm going to play it as I have not tried it yet, and that I am observing Don and others. I have decided it would be best to not experiment with that at this current time.
I believe the answer will be yes, actually. For reasons.
Yeah, I can work it out. Like I don't know much about the Warforged Artificer, lore. But like, if you're pouring alcohol into a system that's not meant to handle it, you're going to have some sort of result.
Or you could go the bender route and you have to drink. And you get drunk when you don't drink.
But we aren't, and now we're playing D&D. So yeah.
I was liking the idea
of like Jaeger Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys go to the Jaeger Guild, and you guys walk in, and it's a fairly small affair, which should come as no great surprise. In fact, it's actually it's right next to the tavern, and it appears to just be like an extra, like, I don't want to say an extra room, but it's clearly attached to the tavern.
A little add-on, like,
yeah, and you go in and like it's a fairly small place. There's a little desk or a little counter, and you see a male gnome standing behind it, and he's basically looking through paperwork before eventually he looks up at you guys and he says, "Oh, welcome. What can I do for you?"
We're from TBD. We're here to look into
the
report.
Okay. You guys are here for the deserters.
Yeah, we heard you had some information on at least 2 of them.
And then this cat jumps up on the desk. Okay, I shouldn't have slapped her. She's gonna get angry.
I'm imagining that this is actually happening.
She is. Oh, come on. I'm doing business. Just lay down. No, don't bite me. Just lay down.
Can I pet your cat?
Oh my God. Lay down. Down. There you go. Okay. Sorry about that. This is my cat, Butters.
The cat.
Butters the
learn
cat.
to control your animals.
I mean, have you met a cat? You don't really control them. We sort of just do whatever.
You just keep doing you.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. I heard you guys were coming. I should introduce myself. I'm Gimbal Timbers. What's your guys' names?
I'm Bob.
Cool.
Jider.
Big bow floors. Don Karnage.
Achillesy.
Yeah, nope, he wasn't kidding. All right. So welcome to Codlin's Rest. I've already taken care of a room for you guys for the evening at the tavern/inn next door. I mean, you'll have to pay for it. I just reserved it for you. And I guess I don't know. This is weird. I don't usually like handle this sort of thing. The exam part, not the deserter part. So you guys probably want to know what we know with the sightings.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple things. And she pulls out like a piece of paper, kind of, or she goes over to like a filing cabinet, starts looking through. Give me a sec to find the paperwork that we have on that.
While she's stepped away, hey, anybody who's got the dossier on the 5 we're looking for?
I've got it.
Does it have a photo in there?
A what now?
An
A
image,
what?
a
Sure.
drawing, representation of.
Presumably, it would have the same
An
image that
artistic rendering.
the wanted posters would be part of the dossier, right?
They would. And you know what? I like this. Yeah, cameras exist.
Oh,
Okay.
So like the
makes
wanted
sense. I can
posters
make
are
one.
not drawings. They're like they are the like standard photographs that are taken of like new recruits. So like
okay.
they're the identification photo you'd have on sort of an ID card. Yes, the dossier has in fact the wanted posters as well as just like clipped into it just a like 3x5 of that picture.
So it skips to that the gnome Orla
Gimbal. Oh wait, what are you saying?
Gimble's her.
the gnome in the
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The wanted.
Like,
Orla Lufalu.
compare the photo. Yeah, look. Compare the photo. Just make sure that it's not this gnome.
Not even the same gender.
Cool.
No, it's not this gnome. No. Valid hypothesis, but way off.
I mean, I'm rolling with a dude that I've never seen his face. So it isn't
that
face,
is totally
you know.
fair. So eventually
No,
she
actually,
finds.
Don, you've seen.
I know I've seen your face. You're weird. Yeah. But
So eventually she finds what she's looking for, and she goes back and says, "Okay, so here's what I got. So there, it looks like there were 5 deserters. The report that we got, so there was a halfling, a human, a dwarf, a gnome, and a half-orc. Report that we got says that the dwarf and the half-orc were sighted somewhere in this area, or more accurately, somewhere just outside of town. And she looks. No, okay, sorry. It looks like they were spotted in the tavern 2 nights back, but haven't been seen since. Possibly because this was before the wanted posters went up. So the wanted posters went up yesterday morning, and almost immediately somebody came by and said, "Hey, I saw those people in the tavern last night." So I'm guessing
so
they haven't.
The dwarf and the half-orc were spotted 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And just into the rest of us, but we know the gnome and halfling posters have been torn down all around town.
Yes.
Well,
So it's
wouldn't
likely
the
that
sighting have been more than a few days ago because it took us a few days to get here?
Yes. That makes perfect sense. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at my records, and you know what? I goofed it. I saw that too, but it's actually a 7. My handwriting is really sloppy. My bad.
I can't let
all right.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
No, that's good. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Sorry, there's been a lot going on here.
Yeah,
Okay,
it seems, and I kind of look around at the whole lot of nobody else in this building, and I'm like, busy. Yeah.
I'm glad you agree. So anyway, yeah. Yeah,
So-
you are correct. The halfling and the gnome, Fargus and Orla, their posters seem to have been removed throughout most of the town.
Do you have any reports on who tore those posters down? Like, any reason it was only those 2?
I mean, I don't have anything conclusive I could give you, and it's it's on my honor as a Jaeger Guild representative that I can only give you things that are conclusive. So I can't really say for certain.
All right. Now we're gonna do our job. We're gonna look around. We're gonna find these people because that's what we fucking do. But if you were hypothetically speaking, entirely, not not the way things actually are. But if you were a deserter from the Royal Army and like you start seeing some wanted posters pop up around town, maybe some people you thought might be getting closer to you on your trail type thing, where do you think you would flee to?
It takes a minute to think about this purely hypothetical question you're asking. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard for me to put myself in someone else's shoes like that.
No, don't think about it like you're a deserter from the Royal Army. That's all just like hyperbole or whatever. No, like if you did something bad and suddenly everyone in this town knew about it and you needed to leave, where would you? I mean, there's like.
I mean, but what bad would I do? I wouldn't do nothing bad.
Okay.
Is the cat still on the desk?
I'm gonna need you to use your imagination.
She's currently just like sleeping and laying.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And ask the cat if she's seen these.
With animals. Oh my god.
Yep.
So you're gonna cast Speak with Animals on on yourself,
yeah,
and then try to talk to the sleeping cat.
Yeah, it's part of my Eldritch thingy bop.
Meow.
I'll keep arguing with the gnome.
So the cat sort of props her head up. What do you say?
Well, I lay the pictures out on the desk, like by her, and been like, seen any of these guys?
The cat sort of props head up and looks at you and blinks a couple times, and kind of glances down at the 5 pictures, all very lazily. It's a very lazy. Meow, see here. I was asleep. Why are you bothering me to look at pictures? And she sort of lays her head back down.
Thought you might want a treat.
And she pops up. Meow, why didn't you start with that? And she kind of gets up and does like the weird cat stretch. She says, "Now, what do you want?"
I was just wondering if you'd happen to see any of these people around here.
And she looks down.
I pull out just a piece of dried fish that I have as
that
my
you
ration.
just have on you. Sure.
No, it's part of my ration pack.
Okay. She kind of looks down at the 5 pictures, and then she I'm trying to think if the cat would have. That's all. She knocks. She just like bats at the picture of Gerald the human just off the desk. And then, do you still have the treat?
Yeah, well, I put it on the desk for her. Like I wasn't holding it ransom.
Oh, okay. She ate so then she goes for the treat first.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then while she's eating, she just sort of looks down and bats the picture of the human off the desk.
Oh, you see that character?
This is so while she's chewing, this is a really important question on the character. So when he does talk with animals, is he talking in common and then the cat just understands him?
No, 100%. He's going meow 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 meow.
Because that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, I can. It says I can verbally communicate with them. So yeah.
Okay, so Achilles is totally right there watching this extremely intently.
And given the circumstances, he probably hasn't ever seen someone talk to a cat before. Or maybe not. I guess, I don't know.
It is certainly the case that Gimbal is stopped talking to Don and is just watching you meow at the cat.
This 8 foot tall, this person's like down on the table with the cat.
What are you doing? But she's also like, or he's also like watching the cat just like get up and do a thing. He's like, are you actually talking to her?
Hey, we were having like no. Don't
This
call them
is an
This is
AB
weird.
conversation. Why don't you see your way out?
You're okay. What? First of all, you're in my place of work talking to my cat. So A and B conversation is like, I feel like I'm part of it by default. And second, I apologize, but that's some wacky shit. So like, I am sorry that I'm ignoring you. What you say your name was? Don Karnage?
He's Don Karnage. I'm Jider.
on Karnage.
Oh, he's sorry. He's talking
yeah.
to Don.
Got it.
It occurs to me that isn't super obvious where my eyes are. No, okay. What was your question? That was so weird. I've never seen. He's just meowing at my cat.
I know, and he's a big guy. Like it's strange. He does these things. He gets into a new town. And he likes to talk to a cat. Like
as one does.
Hey, have you ever seen somebody this fucking big? Like the blood flow to the brain. Like it's just a thing.
Yeah, you're
Anyway.
a bunch of weird people. I was warned.
Fair.
I'm just gonna give
Anyway.
While this is going on, I'm just giving the cat scritches.
Okay. On the butt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
The butt is absolutely just going full starfish. So what? Well, what are you asking?
If you were somebody who needed to get out of town,
Oh yeah.
where do you think you like? Is there?
I mean,
if there's not an obvious answer, it's not an obvious answer. I'm just
there's not an obvious answer. I'm not a bad person. I wouldn't do that.
I never said you were a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person. Do you think I'm a bad person?
I mean, I think you're a weird person.
That's a little
Well,
uncalled
not you
for.
specifically. I think you're an interesting person. I only just met you. It'd be too early to call you weird. Roll insight.
Eight.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't know. This is a level of acting he is not capable of. I don't know why I keep calling Gimbley she. Yeah, I don't know.
did the cat say anything else as far as the pictures she knocked off?
Yeah, sorry. What was the last question you asked?
So you've seen him around?
Meow and then.
Oh. Whereabouts?
Meow around. That one was a bit of a stretch, but I'm a
Worked for
cat.
that one.
I'm still giving her scritches.
Okay.
As long as she permits.
Oh, meow, meow, and then. Oh, meow, meows. I'm over by the blacksmith. Meow.
Oh, thank you. And then
Welcome.
I say in English, I think we should check out the blacksmith. In common to the group.
Why not?
I
You gotta start somewhere.
awkwardly try to pet the cat.
Yeah. The really aggressive, too hard way.
Kind of like pushing down.
Meow, meow. It bites you.
Sorry about my friend.
Ow.
Might want to try less pushing, more just like.
Are you wearing?
Crushing.
You're wearing like leather gloves, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I just lean over to Achilles and I was like, less pushing, more brushing, lightly. Get to the fur, a little bit, and just kind of lightly push over.
It's like I'm just rubbing.
I mean,
more
she just
than
she
petting.
runs off, like
Okay.
hissing at
Bye.
you. She doesn't want anything to do with you. The aggressive Once you went too far and she like bit you, she sort of runs off into a corner.
You got her treat anyway. She's good.
That is true.
I don't understand why pets like to be pet.
Like I think it's like, when you have like a really bad itch and you just kind of get in there and you scratch it and you get that relief. It's just kind of like that, except maybe more over the whole body.
So for a second
That makes
there,
sense?
I didn't realize you were talking in character. I had to process it.
Achilles, it's like when something really, hits the spot and it satisfies that need.
Whoa. Don't make this weird.
Hey, don't make it. Hey.
Okay.
I feel like I can't be like.
Sorry, I needed to
when
pull.
you-
I
when
needed
you
to pull
gotta
something
touch
up.
your skin, and you like the feeling. No, I know he doesn't have skin, so it's like,
I'm not used to animals that have fur.
Man, you can't say shit like that. What are you doing? You hanging out with like skinless bears, man? Everything has fucking fur.
Not lizards.
Man, stop talking about lizards all the time. It's not normal. Okay,
So,
we're gonna
While they're
add that
bickering
to
over
the
there,
list.
I just kind of lean over to Jider, and I'm like, so you got that lead from the cat?
Yeah. Who else are you gonna ask?
I kind of look over at the gnome, and I'm like,
Who I would point out is just watching the four of you bicker. It's just like cool.
and it's like,
Actually, no. He's watching the four of you and just writing notes down on a piece of paper.
Jaeger
Okay,
Guild
that's
permanent
fair.
record.
That's
So
probably the
I-
best lead we've got right now.
I awkwardly
there.
walk over to the gnome and
Okay.
Please don't try and
reported.
pet the gnome.
Yeah, I would.
Don't
I'd
believe
prefer
gnomes
if you
are
didn't try and pet me. Thanks.
I say that half jokingly, like it's kind of a running joke or something.
It's gonna become one.
What? So anyway, back to do you guys got everything you need?
Well,
I have
Wait.
a question.
I sort of lost track of this conversation a bit. What's happening? Achilles.
Achilles.
Achilles. Okay.
Just roll with it. Just don't ask questions.
All right. Well, what can I do for you, Achilles?
You said someone told you they saw them.
Yeah,
Who was that?
the barman, barman lady.
Barman lady.
barman.
Yeah, I don't do too well with human genders. They all look the same to me. So, the bar person.
I understand.
Talking to the right person about that.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think they're there now, but they might be there. They'll probably be there this evening. Oh, I should point out it's like, probably just before noon.
Okay.
So I mean, if you come back in a couple hours, they'll probably be there for the night shift.
Cool. So we can, and then when does the market open up? Because it was closed when we walked in, right?
Market opens up on Sundays.
And then
It's
is the
like
Is it?
Tuesday.
and is the blacksmith just off
On a
the
Tuesday.
market?
Yeah. I mean, you guys saw the blacksmith.
Cool.
On your way in. Like I can't just so the residential part is off away from anything you've seen. So you've seen in getting here most of the things there are to see.
Right, apart from the individual
business.
homesteads and farms.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Somewhat by design, you're going to see all the things that a visitor would care to see.
Okay.
Anything else?
Do you recommend a stable that we can stable our horses at?
I mean, the tavern has a stable. Yeah, I took care of that as well. So you'll just if you go to the stable boy / stable girl, you can just tell him I sent you.
Perfect.
Tell them old Gimbal Timbers sent you, and they'll hook you right up.
With what?
Horse holes.
Cool. Thank you.
Wait, the kind you put horses in. I don't know what they're called. I'm not a stable
Stalls?
person. Yeah, stalls. I don't leave the town. I don't know what they're called.
God, I'm actually curious now.
No, I'm pretty sure they're officially called horse holes. That sounds legitimate.
It's a horse stall.
Yeah, it probably is it.
I should have a horse.
All right, I'm gonna go and lead the wagon and team to the stable. Just to
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the stable boy / girl helps you.
Well, which one is it? You're the DM. You should know.
I mean, I do know. Roll perception.
Oh my god. Okay. I rolled a 9.
a 19.
So Jider, you can't quite tell. You kind of see where Gimbal's coming from. 19 shows this is clearly a boy, and you're just confused why anyone couldn't figure that out.
I feel like 10 is too high to tell genders.
It is. Now you both can tell, like, it's clearly a stable boy.
My passive perception would probably get that.
Nah, it's probably like DC 2. You pretty much only goof it if you got a 1. Anyway, so where are you doing?
Oh, we put the horses away and then head to the blacksmith, you guys think?
Yeah, that sounds like the first place that we actually, we gotta wait to see, for the tavern, but.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to pull something up and it's being stupid. Come on. Give me
Ryan,
a
is your
second.
face sweating?
What?
Nope. Just can't breathe.
No. Oh, is that all? Sacrifice for the craft.
Well, the good news is,
I have
while
practice
sweating
now.
would be annoying, you don't need to breathe. You're a Warforged.
That's true. That's true. I breathe only in order to make sounds.
What the hell? Yes, do that thing. Come on. Oh my god, I don't care. Sorry, I just need... Cool. There we go. All right, cool. So, you guys are heading over to the blacksmith?
Yeah.
All right. So you arrive at the blacksmith to find a outdoor forge. That's not very big. It's just got fairly rudimentary supplies. There's the couple, like, you can see a handful of weapons, of the various types of weapons, but it's pretty clear mostly the blacksmith does like farm-based repairs. Pretty much like 80% horseshoes is really the name of the game here. But you see a female halfling working the forge. And she sees you come up, and she sort of stops what she's doing and wipes her brow, and she's sort of got a brown apron and a hammer and tongs. She says, "Oh, hey, what can I do for you? You guys got a horse to shoe or a person to shoe? I don't think they'd like that very much, but I can do it." Oh, you got, what are you guys wearing? What do you look like?
I'm wearing chainmail, and I've got a halberd and a couple of javelins strapped to my back.
All right.
I have
I gotta look up.
leather armor on and like a cloak that is somehow fancy and shiny. I haven't decided yet.
Mine's none of those things. I've got leather armor that is clearly used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have scale mail on, and
Beep, beep, boop, beep,
I'm-
boop.
and a shield with a spear.
Okay. So she kind of looks you guys over and just goes, oh, are you guys Jaegers?
That'd be correct, ma'am.
Oh, that's cool. We don't get too many of you guys here. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not, and she puts the hammer in time. I'm Nikki Hilltopple. What can I do for you?
We're actually here on business. We got a tip that one of the men that we're pursuing might have been in this area, and I reach over to Jider and I kind of like motion for the appropriate photo.
Pull it out. Yeah. Hand it over to him.
She takes a look at the photo, says, oh. Okay. That guy. You guys are you're here for him?
And some of
Ma'am.
his compatriots, but yes.
I mean, yeah. I haven't seen him in a while. But I've definitely seen him. He's bought a couple things from the shop. Probably hasn't been in over a week at least. What's he done?
Believe he deserted Kingdom Empire.
Yeah. Well, you'll want to watch out for him. He didn't seem he got talked to by a couple of the guards. I mean, you can you are not actually the only Jaegers in town. You're the only freelance ones, though. And by when I say freelance, what I mean is the two largest corps. Basically, so you guys can think of yourselves as sort of that mercenary, like soldier for hire style of sort of working. The two largest corps have actually basically just become large-scale guard organizations. So basically every town and city in the Free States has the actual governing body, which is usually just like a governor or a mayor or an elder. Like it's just some guy who leads the town, has basically a standing contract with one of the two major ones, depending on which part of the country you're in, to basically serve as their like police force. They're like basic day-to-day, you guard our walls police force. So like these particular organizations have a very, very narrow band of what they'll actually do, which is why groups like yours still exist. But when she says the guards, she is referring to one of these organizations that you would have seen, but that has largely ignored your presence.
Gotcha.
And you can see there's, over your time here, you've probably seen half a dozen of these people walking around, essentially just patrolling. And so like, if someone got murdered here, they're the group that would probably like resolve that. But if someone came in from one of the outlying farms and said, goblins ate my cat, they might not actually do anything about that. Like it's a very narrow, the basic premise is if we teach them just the basics, and Bob, you would know this because potentially you joined one of these. And the basic premise of these two organizations is we don't want to train everyone in the same way you guys are being trained. We want to give them the bare minimum because they just need to be a body.
Yeah.
95% of the time. We just need bodies. So, yeah, she, I think the guards had a talking to him and he didn't take too kindly to that, but, I mean, I haven't seen him since.
He getting a wow. He getting a tussle with them?
I don't know if I would call it a tussle. It was really just more of a kerfuffle. No, it was I mean, it was just I think he was drunk one night. I kind of heard about it secondhand, but like I dealt with the guy, so I knew who they were talking about. I think he was just a little too drunk walking around the streets, and the guards sort of told him he needed to go to bed, and he basically just started laying into him. So like I think they might have arrested him, brought him back to the drunk tank, and then let him go in the morning, but I haven't seen him since. That was, I don't know, maybe it was more like 8-9 days ago. I kind of lost track. It was a while ago though.
Interesting. What did he buy? Armaments, weapons, swords?
Yeah, he didn't buy anything so much as had some stuff repaired. Can I see that photo again?
Yeah, hand it back.
See, I forget. Did you already mention that he was a deserter?
Yeah.
Did.
You said he deserted the army, right? Yeah, that explained it. He had me repair some army gear. I didn't think much of it at the time, but he had a shield and a sword, and some like scale mail, I think. I forget exactly, but it was arms and armaments. It wasn't a horse.
Got it.
Yeah, I sort of just assumed he was another Jaeger, but sounds like less so, which is really too bad.
Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, he wouldn't be the first deserter to make his way through town. I mean, we get them, all towns get them every once in a while. But, you always hope they're going to find a path that isn't, robbing folk.
Mm.
Have you seen any of these other folks? I show the other pictures.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think so. I think that dwarf was with him. But I don't think I've seen that the half orc. And then the gnome and the halfling, I'm not positive. Like they look kind of familiar, but I can't quite place them. I don't think they came here. But I may, I'm just not sure. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, you've been a fantastic help, and if we need any materials aided or mended or replaced, we'll definitely come to you first.
Well, I appreciate that.
We shall test the proficiency of your repair job on his weapons and armor in the near future.
Well, that sounds terrible. I mean, okay, but I'm not really looking forward to that.
I'm sure it'll stand up.
Okay. Well, you guys have a nice day. Y'all come back now, you hear?
I have a question.
Okay.
Is there a place that you frequent?
I mean, yes.
You work here, but
Yeah.
where else would you be in the past week?
What? I mean,
You said you think you may have seen the other two.
Oh,
So
okay.
I want to see.
Okay. That was okay. I got it. Sorry. That was just was a real weird way to phrase the question. I mean, no, it's fine. I now I get it. You're yeah. I guess I mean the tavern, my house. I doubt I saw them at my house. That'd be weird. I mean the tavern, the market. We're not that far off the market square here, but I usually have a stall there with sort of advertising and with some of my easier goods. I mean, it's not a very big town, so sometimes I go for walks. Like I don't think it was a place. It's more, I don't think they were. So the pictures you gave them, also point of order, they're fully armored in these pictures. Like they put on their full court like set of armor. It's shiny. It's probably like from the boobies upward picture.
You mean
he's like,
yeah, it's like a bust.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. I don't it's not so much that I can't remember where I saw them as I don't think they were armored. Like these two, like they were wearing their armor. I mean, it was dented and busted up and dirty, and I did some repairs on it, but like they looked more or less the same way they do in the picture. The other two, I can't be sure because like I definitely haven't seen them in this armor. I don't think they were wearing it.
Which would make sense. If you're in a deserter from the army, you don't want to be registering that everywhere.
Yeah. I'm sorry I can't be more help. My best guess might have been during the market day a couple days ago, or a week and a half ago. I'm not. Market days are busy. Like that's the best chance for someone to get into town without anyone really giving them a second chance or a second look, is come in during a market day and blend in with the crowds. I mean, they're not huge, but we get some people from the outlying smaller villages, a couple villages nearby.
Okay. I think we're pretty good here. We're
Okay.
Achilles, do you have any other creepy questions for the lady?
Please say no.
Not currently.
Okay.
All right, so I'll leave, and as the rest of the group presumably exits, like, all right, so maybe we go talk to captain or lieutenant of this Jaeger Corps that's in town doing the guards. Apparently they interact with this guy. They would have seen, got a good look at him. Maybe even kept tabs on where he might have ended up.
I think that's probably a good next step. They told him to get out of town. They might have made sure he went out and saw what direction he went.
Right.
Makes sense.
And while we're wandering around asking questions, keep your eyes peeled for our gnome and halfling friends.
So you guys are gonna go poke the guards?
Yeah, if they've got they've got to have some sort of headquarters or like a jail.
Yeah, so there's definitely like a central headquarters for these guards.
What's the relationship between the big Jaeger Corps and us? Like, do they like at least respect us as an entity, or is it kind of a?
No, they do. Yeah, it's definitely not a like, why do you exist type situation by virtue of them just being unwilling to do the things you're literally being hired for. So that they recognize that you're like the other side of the coin. But it's also going to be wild. There's a lot of variation because there's not a lot of training and there's not a ton of oversight. So you get a lot of people that are potentially too big for their britches. Not hugely often, but it wouldn't be impossible.
I'm too big for most britches.
That sounds right. Okay. So you guys go to the guardhouse, and for reference, the particular organization, it is the Sons of Dawn, who are the one that are managing this particular establishment, and it is actually the oldest Jaeger Corps, because it is actually the one that was founded by the Paladins of the Imperial Army some 250 something years ago. Just a small history fact. So you guys go over and find them, and this is one of the two that, like, they don't really have the name on any of their they are all in uniform. That is one of the differences I think you would notice right out of the gate is, like, you guys don't have a uniform. Most of the smaller ones don't. They just have these pins. The guard-based ones, the Sons of Dawn and the Astonborough group, like, they have full-bore uniforms because their role is
they're acting like municipal police.
Yeah. So you recognize they just have this blazing sun on their uniform, and you end up at the headquarters. And at the headquarters, you run into a male dwarf. Boop.
A male dwarf?
Yes.
Does he look like the picture of a male dwarf that we have?
Nope. Is that just how you guys are gonna... Everyone can do them?
Look, you know, they're just check. I'm just check. At least I got the right gender this time.
That's true. That is Pavlov's anus. Just in the camera.
Yeah, you get cat butt right in the camera.
Well, that's only on your
think that's
camera.
fine.
He's not cat butting the stream, at least.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's
So
that's just
sure?
for you guys.
I got the
Well, that's
pleasure of
unfortunate.
love that.
He like he shares his ass with everyone. He's an exhibitionist.
Yeah, he
The
is.
cat. Well, yeah, all right. Let's make it a sex thing.
Well, welcome, gents. What can I do for you?
We're here from we're with TBD. We're here looking into I don't know if you've heard. There's 5 escaped. Is the right word? 5 deserters from the kingdom who we believe are hiding in this town.
Yeah. I had heard about that from the guild. You 4 are here to find them? To take those filth back to be tried?
Indeed.
Exactly right.
That's absolutely correct. In fact, actually, we've heard that you may have actually had a run-in with one of them.
Wait,
a
what?
Human by the name of insert human name here.
Gerald something.
Skeleton.
Gerald.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, Gerald. I think his name is Gerald in the Hanatone.
Yeah, it depends on who you talk to. Some people call him Gerald. Some people call him Gerald. Either way, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so you haven't seen him?
Well, I'll show him the picture. Be like, a couple of your guards had a little run-in with him or something. This fucking guy.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know he was a deserter, or we obviously wouldn't have let him go. But yeah, maybe. Give me a minute. Let me pull up the file. And he's goes over these moments. Let's see, A, B, F. Here we go. And he pulls out a file, and he walks over to you. And do me a favor and roll perception.
Who?
Anyone who's watching this happen.
Oh wait, I accidentally rolled a d12. Whoops.
17.
Nope, that's your roll.
I mean, it was better than my d20. I rolled a 3. I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. Wow.
17.
Thank God.
Okay. So you actually notice the report. It's pretty clear. You notice the name on it, and it does not say Gerald Skelton. It just says fucking guy.
I'm gonna ask why it was filed under F, but yeah.
Yeah, this guy
Gerald
would not give us his name. So yeah. Okay. So okay. So it looks like 8 days ago at looks like 0132, he was found leaving while severely intoxicated. Then it says he urinated on a small child. Oh no, sorry, it's a goat. It's a goat.
Oh.
It's a goat.
A kid.
Yeah, a kid. Sorry, it says urinated on a small kid, and I just assumed it meant child, which kid makes more sense. So we urinated on somebody's goat. So we obviously had to like arrest him and put him in the drunk tank. We would have held him for longer, but it looks like the goat liked it. Which is weird, but you know, if the goat's into it, we can really only get him for public urination. And so we tried to bring him in, but he became incredibly irate. It appears he slapped one of the officers, and refused to pull up his pants. It looks like he kept screaming, "I'm a big boy." Anyway, we basically just sort of got fed up with him. So eventually they managed to subdue him. They brought him into jail. But it's all fairly par for the course. But it looks like he spent the next 12 hours refusing to sleep and yelling about how the man was oppressing him and raving about anarchy. But eventually he sobered up when we punched him unconscious. Well, I might not have supposed to tell you that part. Awkward.
Nah. He deserved it.
Understandable.
And then it looks like they just sort of carried him outside and threw him in a bush. And that's the end of the report.
Outside the bar.
Does it say how big he was?
I mean, no.
Man, you can't. Don't.
I mean, sorry, I need to clarify here. When you say big, given that the bulk of this report is about public urination, you mean like tall? Please tell me you mean tall.
He said he was a big boy. So.
Oh, yeah, yeah, report doesn't describe his genitalia.
Sorry for the best not to record those details.
How tall is he?
Yeah, it didn't really seem pertinent. Yeah.
I don't understand what you mean by genitalia, but how tall is he and how much did he weigh?
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about this. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so you were talking about his height. All right, so, I mean, I don't know. The report doesn't really talk about that either.
Achilles is looking over at Don, confused. Or as much as this looks confused.
Yeah.
Which is to say, he looks over at Don. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have... well, okay, so I would point out the dossiers would have that kind of information.
Yeah.
Like, as you asked that question, like, it would have, like, height and weight and basic information like that.
So any of your guards that dealt with the guy, do you see him around the next couple of days? Like, that's a few days old. It's been a little while.
Yeah, I mean, give me a sec, and he scrolls it. No, doesn't look like it. It looks like that was the only report. So either he didn't come back into town, maybe we didn't necessarily notice it. Yeah.
Okay. If you do hear anything, you can leave word for us with the Jaeger Guild in town. That'll get back to us. Like we definitely.
Oh, with Gimbal.
Yeah.
Or Gimbal's cat.
And or Gimbal's cat. Don't give him the cat. Oh.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Or Gimbal's cat.
Really don't want you to leave a message with the cat. Just make sure that Gimbal hears it. Maybe
Don't
write it
worry, I
down.
wasn't going to. That's insane.
Last time I checked, the cat was our most reliable.
Kind of sleep. Yeah, and maybe after you get off shift, we wind up in the tavern tonight. First round's on me.
I appreciate it, but I don't drink. Alcohol is the greatest sin.
Damn, I'm trying to like this guy. All right, well. Well, then you can hang out with us while we drink.
I mean,
For a good time.
or I could do neither of those things.
Oh, then you'd
Yeah,
be,
okay,
be
just
like
leave word with a
Achilles
gnome
over
if you
there.
hear something.
Okay. Well, maybe if I find myself at the tavern, silently condemning everyone that's in there, I will come over and silently condemn you guys next to you.
Oh, you don't have to be silent. You can tell us to our face. I don't care.
Oh, okay. Usually people get fed up with that. I don't have a lot of friends here in town.
If you prefer, you can talk about criminal schlongs with this guy.
I mean, generally, I prefer not to talk about criminal dick. It is generally my preference as a person.
I don't know
not
what
to
you're into.
discuss.
Giving you some options.
I guess I appreciate that, but only one person in this room right now is into that, and it isn't me. Did you need anything else from me?
No, I think it's all. Unless any of you have any more questions.
Yeah. Let's grab the other 4 dossiers and lay them out.
No, that's a good idea.
All right, dog.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
lay those out and ask the same question. Have you seen any of these guys?
Nope.
I
Like
don't
he
know if
just
I
sort of
believe
goes
him.
through them. And he's like, nope, sorry.
Huh. All right.
I mean, in fairness, I mostly do administrative duties and silent condemning. So, I mean, if you brought these to the various guards on patrol, you might have better luck. They're more likely to recognize them. I don't really do patrols. I'm just a supervisor.
That makes sense.
Like, I happen to know your guy because he's sort of infamous now.
Right. We did notice that you had wanted posters up for these 5, but these 2 had been, the posters for these 2 individuals had been torn down.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that just happens sometimes.
Sure. Yeah. Weird things happen. Totally. It's not criminal behavior at all or anything like that.
Well, I mean, it is criminal behavior, but we don't know who does it, and we kind of have other things to be going on with than to find people who tore down posters.
Not trying to do your job, but maybe people targeting specific posters might have a relationship to those specific. No, don't worry about it. But
I mean, that's fair. Not trying to do your job, but it isn't our job to find them in the first place.
Okay. It's been great. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Point.
Yeah.
We'll go do our job and find them.
Yes, and we appreciate you doing your job. Preferably Sans claiming it's our job and then giving us shit about not doing the job you just decided was ours.
In the future, maybe when you subdue a criminal, maybe in your silent judgment, you recognize it's a criminal and maybe hold him for more than 12 hours.
How would you expect me to recognize it was a criminal? We hadn't gotten word that they were deserters yet.
In your judgy brain, you clearly judge everything around you. Maybe you just aren't good at recognizing criminal behavior.
I'm perfectly good at recognizing criminal behavior. Just go be a sinner somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we've both kind of exhausted this conversation. So how about we just go talk to some of the guards patrolling? Like,
I'd appreciate that.
I just kind of push
we'll
Dom,
go
like out the door.
Unfortunately, so you're gonna go around and talk to the various guards and show them pretty pictures?
Are there?
Yep.
Do some of the other guard dogs?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
what about chickens?
there
It's a
are
market.
dogs. Like, there are animals in town, but I would say that there are not guard dogs. There are no canine units.
A guard dog would likely have a sense of duty, and want to catch the bad guys. So they'd be easy to convince to do us a favor or something like that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Unfortunately, there's just regular, boring, non-guard dogs. They just stand around not guarding things.
Okay, so it's like a little bit. It's early afternoon.
Yeah, I'd say at this point it's probably like 1 or 2.
Bar time.
All right, look. So we can either ask everybody in town if they've seen these people, or we can try and. Oh, fuck it. Let's go to the tavern. Tavern keepers see everybody.
So at this point, you hear a voice behind you. Because you guys have left the guardhouse, right? Like, you're kind of having this conversation like right out front. You hear a voice kind of
yelling at him about his job.
Yeah, but after you yelled at him about his job, and Bob
technically you yelled at him about our job.
To be clear, why aren't you doing our job? Is what that conversation amounted to. You hear a voice behind you. Oh God, what was the last thing you said?
Tavern.
Fuck.
Who?
Drinking. Tavern keeper see everyone.
Don. You had said something, and now I don't remember what it was. Yeah, that sounds about right. Damn it! I
think it was tavern keepers see everybody, know what's going around. Maybe.
Oh, you were saying you have 2 options. And you hear a voice from behind you.
Right. It was we can ask everybody in town, or we can try and go.
And you hear a voice from behind you go, there is a third option.
Look, I did that one time. I'm not doing it again. It wasn't my thing.
Are you turning around to face this voice and talk about that one time you did the
As
third
I'm
option?
turning around, yeah.
So you see, did I actually not? Where? Oh yeah, there it is. You see, an older woman, with sort of silver long hair, leaning against the side of the guardhouse, next to the door. So you would have sort of walked right past her. And says, I think you may have me mistaken for someone else. But there is a third option for you.
Someone, yeah, let's go with someone.
Yeah. Someone's had an interesting couple nights in their past. Either way, I may have a third option for you. But how rude of me. My name is Emma Bentley, and she reaches out a hand to shake one of yours as she sort of props herself up.
I'll stand up straight, grab her hand, big performative bow, and I'll kiss her knuckles.
Okay.
I mockingly bow behind him with an extra flourish.
He just sort of smirks at you. And she stands. He says, but I feel this is not the most ideal place to talk. And she kind of looks around and says, come. And she starts walking towards the tavern.
She's going the right direction.
Sure. Follow.
So she goes into the tavern. And now we're going to have a 15-minute break. Or a 10-minute break. How long do you want these breaks at every hour and a half